Okay, thank you everyone for coming. We're wrapping up this historic Chavra de Hilchasa event. I want to tell you, today is a historic moment in your life. Ashrecha that you capitalized on this great opportunity. For the rest of your life, you'll be able to tell your children, your grandchildren, Bez Hashem, your great-grandchildren, you came to Borough Park, you were farhered on Hilchas Shabbos, Yerodea, by the Nittei Gavriel, and you passed with flying colors. You're a new person now. An hour ago, you were being tested by the Nittei Gavriel. Now you're post being tested. You're a Beria Acheres. There's Panim Chadoshes Bo'okan. That's why we came here for like a Sheva Brachas. Rabbi Yonasan was looking for a Makayim where they make Sheva Brachas because we're all Panim Chadoshes. We're new people. And we're very fortunate. There's a historic moment in our lives. And Be'ezus Hashem, we're almost at the finish line, whether Hilchas Shabbos or Yerodea. We're going to finish Basar B'chalav or finish Hilchas Shabbos. And the event at the end of the year will be even more amazing. So thank you, everybody. What's special for me is I knew this would be a great day because on my way here, the driver was taking me and we're driving on the belt, which is a dangerous makai. And all of a sudden I hear, the tire. And I was scheduled to arrive here 5 minutes to 6. I was going to get here 5 minutes early. 5 minutes is a very long time. And the tire is, you can't imagine how low that tire was. I say, pull off. So the driver gets off at the exit, stops at a gas station. I Uber. Within 2 minutes, I was in the next Uber, headed here. But the Satan tried to intercept, tried to bring a stumbling block into reaching here. So that's a siman of how important this event is. I'm personally amazed, and it was very special to me to see the farher of the Nittei Gavriel. He didn't know that we were being tested on Siman Sadi Beis, and for him immediately, without any notes in front of him, without any svarim, to say, okay, something that's partially submerged, what's the halacha? Machlekes Ri and Rashi. What's the halacha about chalav? Is it a davar shamen? Is it not a davar shamen? Do we say chanan by basar chalav or even by shari surim? About trei mashu amrinan loy amrinan. I mean, that's amazing to be able to, without any preparation, go through all the main points on Siman Sadi Beis. We saw godless in front of our eyes, and then what was very revealing to me is when we asked, what poskim that he studies. So he says he learns all the svarim. You don't have to agree with everything that every posik says, but you have to respect all the svarim. So you see a little bit of the godless of this posek, who is well known in Klal Yisrael for so many decades. We had the opportunity to bask in his presence for an hour. One thing that has really inspired me about this program, and I think this is something we see now, specifically in our times, is that age is very subjective and meaningless. How old somebody is. You see the President of the United States, who's the most powerful president in the world, he's 78 years old. When most people would say at that age you have to call it quits, he's getting up, he's giving it 18-hour days, 20-hour days, and he has a press secretary who's not even 30 years old, who's also like the second most important person in the country. So you see age, whether old age or youth, it doesn't really mean anything. If you want to do something, you could do it whether you're young or whether you're old. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. We have in our chabura, we have, I think, a bacher, a young boy. He got 100 on the first test. He knew the material Shach and Taz like anyone said. And we also have Zakenim Muflagim in the Yerodea program. Not anybody here in the present company, but but it just goes to show that if you want to accomplish something in life, let age not set you back. Nothing could set you back. If you want to do something and you put your best foot forward, you'll have siyata d'shmaya. In life, there are always challenges. we daven, Hashem, please don't bring us lidei nisayon. Don't give us too many challenges in life. But that's part of life. Everyone is going to have challenges. And I think if you impose challenges on yourself, that will take the place of whatever challenges the Rebbeinu Shalom might send your way. And I give everybody a kol hakavod, a pat on the back, ashrecha, that you took upon yourself to join Chavra the Hilchasa. It's not easy. Everybody has busy schedules. The material is difficult. You have to put in time, whether you put in 30 hours a week or you put in 3 hours a week. You have to go above and beyond what you would have done otherwise. So sometimes a person says, why I don't need extra stress. Like everybody thinks to themselves, I don't need extra stress. It's a very interesting Mishnah on Avos. It says, Marbe nechasim, marbe daga. The more things you own, the more worries you have. Marbe Torah, marbe chayim. The more Torah you learn, the more life you have. So do these two statements have any connection to each other? Are they contrasts? Indeed, Rabbi Yehuda says, yes, they're the converse. You see, the more things you own in life, the more stress you have. But you would think, the more Torah you learn, that will give me stress, and that will shorten my life. I don't want stress. I want relaxation. You might think that by entering Chavra the Hilchasa, and now I have to go to the shir Sunday night. If I don't go to the shir, I have to listen to it, and I have to worry about tests. I'm just adding stress to my life. Rabbi Yehuda says, there are certain stressful things in your life that prolong your life. Regular stress shortens your life. Any stress that is connected to Torah prolongs your life. So it's marbe nechasim, marbe daga. The more things you own, the more stress you have. Marbe Torah, you enter Chavra the Hilchasa, and you have to take tests, and you have oral faheres, and you have accountability, and your wife's going to ask you, you took the test, what'd you get? And what did your friend get? So that's a stress of Torah. That stress prolongs your life. So I want to give a big yashar kayach to Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi for all the hard work that he put in, recruiting and making sure everything is running smoothly and organizing today's event. And a big yashar kayach to Rabbi Shraga, the founder of Chavra the Hilchasa. And like Rabbi Meir said, that Ein HaTorah Niknas Ela B'Chabura. So all of our aliyah is thanks to all of us together. So we should continue to have siyata d'shmaya. We should continue to learn from each other. And Be'ezus Hashem, at the end of the year, we'll enjoy the accomplishment so greatly. Thank you for coming. Bracha v'atzlacha. Chag kosher v'sameach. Thank you.